I'll call you.
Good. Nice meeting you, Bruce.
Same here.
Well, I've been talking to my broker, and his recommendation was that,
So, what do you think?
Does she have a sister?
Nope. Pam's one of a kind. That's why I asked her to marry me.
What?
Batman stuff.
Welcome to the Batman.
I'm Tom,
I'm Jeff.
and we watch Batman.
We do watch Batman.
We watch Batman. I thought you were going to meet
I
me.
thought do it at the same time. We can try it again if you want. Or just let's move on.
I'm Tom's Ray Charles Diet Pepsi bottle. That blew me for a goddamn loop, by the way. That you have a Diet Pepsi bottle with
Ray Charles on it. They're doing a couple. There's one with Michael Jackson on it. There's one with Britney Spears on it. They're doing all their big past promotions.
Yeah, man. Boy, it took long enough for them to realize it. It's like, oh, people just like stuff that already happened. Great, let's do that.
Yeah, I do. I like stuff that already happened.
I like stuff
every
from
time
this era, the Ray Charles era.
Right,
like you're preparing for it.
Yeah, I like that's me every time. Every time I see stuff that's just nostalgia mining, I'd be like, hey, I like stuff that I used to like.
It reminds me of that the member berries from South Park.
Oh yeah,
which they nailed it. I don't care if people are like South Park, it's douchey or whatever. Now at this point in time, it's like that's a fucking brilliant concept because
the member berries are great.
Yeah, like that.
Remember Star Wars?
That
Star Wars is fantastic.
That I buy into that.
Yeah, 100%.
We were talking about that last week about I was like, He-Man sucks, and I love it. I have 3 hardcover large books about
He-Man,
and it is all about a bad cartoon.
It is a very bad cartoon, but we're going to talk about a cartoon that is good. Batman the Animated Series.
It is good with some bad episodes.
Sure. I mean, there can't all be home runs.
And guess what? We get to cover one of those bad episodes today.
I'm interested to see which one you think is bad.
I think you can probably figure it out.
Probably.
Yes.
The first one we're going to talk, episode 5, Pretty Poison.
Pretty Poison. And guess who it's about? I'll give you a hint. She's pretty and she's poison.
That girl is poison.
Dun, 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 dun. Poison.
It's of course, it's the first appearance of Poison Ivy.
It is episode 5
Yeah.
of Batman the Animated Series season 1. So if you haven't watched that and you have access to Amazon Prime or you have the DVDs or whatever, or you can bootleg them, pause it right now, watch that episode, and come meet back.
Yeah, you can rent them on YouTube. This show is, because it's so popular, it's very obtainable.
Yeah. Or you can just try to remember things inaccurately.
It's a dangerous game.
It is a real
This
deadly
episode is interesting. I think this is the good one, right?
This is.
This is the good one. Okay.
While being a little heavy-handed.
There's crazy moments in it. The weirdest thing to me about this episode is that Poison Ivy doesn't have any powers in it. And I forgot that.
Not totally.
Like, she's just using toxins in her little wrist.
But those are always really her powers. I mean, eventually she gets like, I'm immune to stuff and I'm kind of strong. But
she can literally control plants.
Kind of. She tells them what to do and they listen. Which
right. In later,
a little in this, but not
sort
really.
of. But she's basically a regular person in this.
Yeah.
And I forgot that Poison Ivy ever started that way. I thought she was I'm so used to her being a metahuman character that I forgot that she was just
an
a
eco-terrorist.
regular person who was an eco-terrorist. Yeah.
Well, it starts with, in 2018, we can watch this and be like, oh, she's right. Because it starts with them breaking ground on a new private prison.
A private prison. Yeah.
Bruce Wayne is funding a prison to send people that he's into that I'm guessing he's going to profit from. With
Maybe.
The DA?
Yeah.
This seems like a
with
conflict of
his
interest.
friend, the DA.
Right? This is some Trump
This is some
era
shit.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Where
this
he
is
is
some
just getting kickbacks
Betsy DeVos
to elect it. We're talking, oh man, Jesus Christ. There's a lot of problems here.
And the prison they build looks like a big dick.
And of course,
It's a huge
Gotham,
dong.
Everything's a cock.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're going to destroy this, what is essentially, I'm guessing, a public park that they refer to as weeds and garbage.
Yeah.
Which, as we found out later, had a rose that they made extinct.
Yeah.
Which that
had
would have never happened.
an endangered species of plant that then goes extinct because they bulldoze it
For a prison.
for a prison, for a private prison.
Fuck Bruce Wayne. Fuck Harvey Dent.
It's real crap. It's, to be fair, it's not clear if this is if Bruce Wayne is actually profiting from it or if he just like donated money for a public prison, but it's very fucking shady.
Yeah, you think Wayne Tech ain't gonna be building
Wayne Tech is all the security, all the body armor that the guards are going to be wearing. Yeah.
Wayne Steel is gonna have that. There's so many kickbacks. I saw the Shawshank Redemption. I know about government kickbacks. I know about getting these jobs. This is very fucking shady. Shady is what it is.
The first thing I want to talk about in this episode is Harvey Dent's character design. His character design is fucking nuts. Like, his head is the tiniest. It's like
he's like Littleface from Dick Tracy.
Yeah,
it's a jelly bean head. His head's shaped like a jelly bean.
Yeah,
a black-eyed pea.
Yeah,
it's weird shape with tiny something in the middle.
Really, really tiny face. He's got full pouty lips
and a nice powder blue suit.
Like, his character design is bonkers.
Yeah,
and he's voiced by Bull from Night Court.
Of course, Richard Mall.
Richard Mall plays a lot of voices on this show,
as he should.
Yeah, he's great.
He was great in Sidekicks.
Sure. He's fantastic in Ghost Shark. I'm
trying to think of anything else he was. He was in other things, probably,
and additional things as well. Yeah, his character design just completely blows my mind every time I see it. It is the weirdest design for a character.
Y'all need to hurry up and Two-Face him up real quick.
Right.
I like, though, that the build-up of the Two-Face character.
Right.
I like that they aren't like, let's cram all of the guys in.
Yeah.
To the first 6 episodes. You know, like, they're like, we'll take our time.
Let's establish who Harvey Dent is.
That is, I think, one of the smartest moves that Paul Dini does in this show, is to do the cool burn for Harvey's character.
Yeah.
And then Bruce Timm's design is to make him look like a goddamn moron.
Right.
He looks like a special needs kid on his first communion.
He looks
like that's
he's the only person in this cartoon who looks like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Like, he looks like a cartoon strongman. Because he's fucking swole as shit. He's bigger than Bruce.
Why isn't everybody like, what's going on with that guy?
Did you have an accident?
How did he win an election for DA?
Looks like your skull is misshapen.
Yeah, what's going on with this?
Yeah, you look like one of the aliens from Crystal Skull.
Yeah, things aren't right with you.
Right, like your brain has to be in a very unique shape, sitting in that jelly bean on top of your head.
Yeah, that's why he's
that
got all that
kidney
extra,
bean,
that extra brain space.
Yeah, that's why there's enough room in his head for Big Bad Harv.
How'd you get Pamela Isley?
Really? Yeah,
she is a Ivy League educated supermodel scientist,
right?
With an ass that stops an entire cafe.
The entire restaurant stops and watches her leave. And again, this is she's not exuding pheromones. This is not metahuman Pamela Isley. She's just really hot.
She's hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Also, side note, there's a jailbreak with another helicopter.
Another helicopter coming to bust Mo Howard out of prison.
And he survives. You know who doesn't? The pilot. The pilot dies. That helicopter crashes in a big way, and all you see is the fucking hand of the pilot sticking out. That guy's dead as shit. And Batman can make it to the Rose Cafe?
That guy is mangled in a helicopter. And Batman's like, Alfred, how much time do I have to meet Harvey on his date?
Get me my handsome brown and yellow ensemble.
My old dessert colored suit.
I need to hurry up and look like a hot dog third wheel on this date.
Right. Why did Harvey invite his friend on a date?
I want you to meet this girl I've been dating for a week. Although, now that I think about it, I'm wondering if she is using the pheromones, but it's not mentioned
It's not clear. They seem to start to be suggesting it.
because of the 1 week.
Yeah, and that he's moving so fast and everything, but maybe Harvey's just really thirsty.
Side note, yeah, looking like that.
He's
You get
looking-
somebody-
he's-
I mean, look, I'm going to be 100% honest. If somebody who looks like, let's just say, Uma Thurman in 1997 was coming my way, I'd be like,
Right.
yeah, let's do this.
Ivy League scientist working for a big cosmetics company.
Let's do it.
Looks like a supermodel. It'd be like, I should probably jump on this before she comes to her senses and realizes that I'm a fucking schlub.
Also, she 100%, she kisses him and leaves,
Yeah,
and then he passes out within 2 minutes.
right.
Does she not know how suspicious that crime is?
I don't know. I think she doesn't know that she was sitting next to Batman when that happened. It even takes him a minute to figure that shit out.
But also, what happened today that put him in this coma? Well, this mystery model
Yeah.
that nobody had heard of until just now kissed him, and then we talked, and then he passed out into chocolate pudding.
Right. He almost drowned in pudding. Like,
It's the second best way to die.
Right.
Drowning in pudding.
drowning in pudding. It's pretty. They do a good job of animating it because it's shocking. It's like effective.
Yeah.
He really it's animated in a way where he just pancakes into that thing,
and then
then
Bruce is like,
knock it off, man. That's weird. And then he's just not moving.
you just fucked up your powder blue suit.
Yeah. You're the district attorney doing like a fucking sight gag.
You
in
have
a public restaurant.
televangelism to do after this,
Right, yeah.
according to your outfit.
You got to go ask people for pennies from heaven.
Oh man. They do during the helicopter crash, he does the "Who are you?" and he does the "I'm your worst nightmare," which you lifted that from Rambo. That's a Rambo line. And then is Batman a secret? All of a
He
sudden
seems
here?
to still be.
'Cause
Like they go back and forth.
It's been pretty widespread
Yeah.
when the Joker took out a TV ad about Batman,
Right.
and had Batman on screen most of the time. Gotham would be aware.
You'd think more people would be keyed into the whole Batman thing.
But yeah, all of a sudden he's just like, and also, Pamela refers to Bruce, as your crazy friend. Do you not know who the most famous person in Gotham City is? Have you avoided?
Right.
Bruce
Like
Wayne?
he's like, no, you got to meet my friend Bruce. Like,
Yeah,
and
he's
she's like,
the guy that owns all the stuff.
yeah, she's like, oh, I hear he's rich. It's like, you know who the fuck Bruce Wayne is? Come
Stop
on.
playing it cool.
Yeah.
You
Like,
ass.
you know who that is.
You have got to meet this Bill Gates guy.
Right. He's gonna come walking in wearing Steve Harvey's suit.
Yeah, man. They all dress like it's Easter in Atlanta. Her plan is flawed.
Her plan's a little flawed. I just can't get
She's
over.
playing dumb a little hard.
Harvey Dent is dressed like a fucking Jimmy Swaggart. Oh no!
And for the $99.95 deal, we'll get you eternal salvation.
Yeah. And this bowl of chocolate pudding. Also, not to nitpick, that's not a cafe.
Nope.
You don't call a fine dining establishment a cafe.
Yeah, are you going to be ironic?
Yeah, it's a little. She just, I don't know.
So her plan is flawed. She's lashing out. She's taking her time. She's biding her time to lash out.
Mm-hmm.
Which
She waits 5 years.
there's a lot going on.
I mean, she was getting her PhD.
That's fine. She saved an extinct rose.
She did. She did. She's been using it to cultivate a poison that she develops into a lipstick cosmetics company. And
A little on the nose.
they set it up. So how would she know how to do this? Well, she works for a cosmetics company.
She's a research chemist. It's like, Jesus Christ. Do a background check on any scientist in Gotham City and you will find some fucking skeletons.
The
in those
immediate,
closets.
well, when he does, it's like immediately clear. It's like, oh yeah, she's a hardcore the eco person working for a pharmaceutical company. I mean, not a pharmaceutical company, cosmetics company, and she gives like dissertations on saving the earth and all this shit.
She still has time to maintain that Curbs membership.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like, it's again, like when he does the slightest background check, it becomes immediately clear. It's like, oh, this person is trying to poison Harvey. Like,
She is murdering him
right.
right now. And then he shows up and has to fight the little goddamn shop of horrors.
Mm-hmm. He's got to fight Audrey too.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's I'd stop midway through that fight, like, you know, in between, like when she's like dodging arrow shots from Poison Ivy and like kicking her in the stomach, which he totally does. I would stop and be like, real quick, where'd you get that?
How did you do this?
Yeah.
What is
Did
this?
you make this?
Because this is awesome.
That's amazing.
Good for you.
It's a plant with teeth. Like actual teeth.
You know what? Good for you.
Yeah. This is incredible.
Now, here's what you do. You take these people that are brilliant scientists, which we're going to see a lot of them in the future. You're going to see Pamela Isley, Jervis Tech, the Scarecrow, okay? Wayne Enterprises, give them a community outreach program, employ these people so you can have them under surveillance 24 hours a day and use their stuff for good.
Right. Or
Why
for
don't-
Batman.
Why don't you do that? Like, why don't you just keep an eye on these people, give them the opportunity to rehabilitate themselves while still maintaining the idea that if they're doing something awful on this probationary thing, we'll have full access to them. If they got an ankle bracelet,
Yeah.
an ankle bracelet,
Low jack
you know
'em.
how to track it. That's not inhumane, is it?
A little.
Maybe, is it?
This is a little bit like indentured
But
servitude.
It's probation. No, it's
That's
not
true.
because you pay them. I'm saying you give them jobs in their specialties and say, hey, work for Wayne Enterprises. We're trying to help you get rehabilitated. Give them the benefit of the doubt, but also keep a close eye on them. Wait, no, that's a plot for an episode down the line, isn't it?
I think so.
Okay, never mind. I'm just,
I mean, I think this always goes wrong. But
well, yeah, you won't have a show if it goes right.
right, yeah, that's true. Also, it's
Oh, that's a Penguin episode where he's rehabilitated, but everyone keeps fucking with him.
yeah,
And he finally gets pushed.
yeah.
It's close to that.
Man,
Poor guy.
poor Oswald. But yeah, also I feel like just Pamela's worldview just conflicts so much with the idea of working for Bruce Wayne that she's not going to go for
It
that.
seems to me that this character is the creation. And when I say this character, I don't mean Poison Ivy from the 60s Poison Ivy. I'm talking about this version of Poison Ivy.
Mm-hmm.
Is created and written by a guy
Yeah.
who hooked up with a girl and is like, this dame is crazy.
This
She's hot,
broad
but
is crazy.
Hey, this girl's hot, but she's too crazy. You know, I don't fuck crazy. Like, it feels like that kind of, that like level of like, this woman had emotional reactions and so I'm calling her crazy situation. Like, it seems to me that like the hot crazy, I don't know, it just comes off that way to me.
A little.
She's hot crazy,
She does have a specific agenda.
which is an archetype.
Yeah.
Oh, this tofu vegan over here.
Yeah. Fucking tree hugging broad.
Which, for somebody, shouldn't she exclusively eat meat?
Right. Yeah, she should.
I never really understood them.
She should never touch a
vegan lifestyle. Of
They
Poison
do.
Ivy.
When they right when they get their meal, Harvey gets a salad and she gets not a salad. Right?
I don't remember. I got to be honest. I wasn't paying attention to it. I should have. It seems weird, right?
Yeah, I got to go back and watch that now. Yeah, I hope so. I hope
She
she's
should
just
eat meat.
yeah. I hope she's just tearing into like hamburgers all the time.
Right, you know, I want to give her the old tube steak.
I've lost my
You know what it comes
thought.
down to? This is a decent episode, but there's not a ton to talk about.
Yeah, it's like
It seems like it's a 15-minute episode in 22 minutes.
yeah, it's very quick. I wonder her long game is a little confusing. I mean, I guess it just took time to like build up
I guess
her,
if you're making-
herself to where she needed to be in order to turn plants into poison and then date Harvey Dent for long enough so that she can smooch poison all over his mouth and then he falls into a coma. That was supposed to kill him.
He's a strong guy.
He's fucking huge.
He's got a very good constitution.
He's It's like everyone in Gotham is just like a linebacker.
Yep, there it is. Although that's interesting because in Batman Year One, the comic, there's actually a whole thing where they do the red herring where Batman and Harvey Dent are working together, where Harvey kind of makes it seem like he might be Batman to pull the trail off them from Gordon. Like, that's actually a thing where Gordon's like, hey, a nice weight set. And he's like, I like to stay strong. And that's actually like a through line of Batman Year One. Which is fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Maybe Harvey is staying swole. Not skipping any days.
Yeah. You gotta...
But of course he doesn't know Bruce is Batman.
Why would you? He's only the other guy that's massive.
Right.
Dad, go save yourself. No wonder he's so big.
Yeah. I wonder why nobody thought he was Batman.
Yeah.
Dad, go. Is Chip Shrek Batman? Like, there should be a lot of edit. That's like...
Did we talk about that in Batman? I
don't remember if we
No,
did.
We do bring that up where we're
But,
just like, are you Batman, Chip?
There should be like every other month, there should be like some new columnist coming in for the Gotham Gazette being like, opinion, is Chip Shrek Batman?
Is he?
Let's look at the evidence.
Let's look at the resources.
Yeah.
Let's look at
Got a lot of
size.
money. He's huge.
He's not some tiny guy like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
He's not a 5'6" theater actor.
Right. He's not a 1980s comedian.
Harvey, go save yourself.
Bruce,
go save yourself. Just to make a Super Mario Brothers style piranha plant, that's going to take a bit.
Right. I assume she made, because that's not naturally occurring.
Also, wrist firing crossbows. You don't get your eyes on the skies on that one, Bruce? People
right.
ordering those?
Yeah. I don't know. It wasn't odd choice for a personal defense item.
She's Destro.
Why'd she pick that one?
Destro
She's
came with
Destro. Why'd you pick that one? Just like a gun.
I mean,
a lot easier to get. It's easier to use. You have to sit there and load each dart.
I feel like in this movie, in this series, more than anything, there is a finesse to femininity that the men don't have, where the men have a blunt, explosive attack, whereas the women tend to be whips, stabbing weapons. In this case, a crossbow.
Yeah.
Well, think about it. Other than like the Red Claw, who I think maybe uses guns, but she's a very masculine terrorist anyway, as we will revisit in the future.
Yeah, I don't remember that character at all. So
she's the Catwoman foil. We'll get to her later. She's like a leader of a terrorist organization.
Got it. Looking forward to it. So
there you go. Pretty poison.
She poisons Harvey. Doesn't work out. Batman gets the antidote from her by threatening to destroy the plant that they let her take with her into prison. She gets to take the endangered rose into prison with her. Seems irresponsible.
That's fair.
That's feels like maybe that should be in some sort of conservatory somewhere, since this is the last of an extinct species.
Batman promised. Maybe she spent 5 years creating a whole sort of
maybe she has
garden of them.
Maybe she has a whole greenhouse full of those.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going. Well, it burns down. Batman burns that shit to the ground.
She probably set up others.
Yeah, let's hope so.
I think so. When it comes out, Gotham City is no fair share of hidden hideouts. Like,
that's
there's
true.
No lack of them.
There's several conservatories.
Yes.
More than one giant plant house. Batman never knows exactly where Poison Ivy's at.
So many abandoned clown themes.
So many abandoned factories. So many abandoned waterfront properties that have the word "to" in them.
Don't even get me started on what's going on in the sewers.
That is out of control. She actually ends up in prison at the end, appropriately, and not Arkham.
Yeah. She's one, again, where it's just like, is she crazy?
She's,
She might be.
But
only in like she's too aware. She's too smart for her own good right now. Where everyone's like, she's like, you're destroying the environment. And they're like, wrap this dame up and put her in the other room.
Throw her in the clink.
This daffy broad.
This dizzy dame. Yeah, I mean, she's a bit of a zealot.
Yeah, she's motivated.
Yeah, she's motivated. It's eco-terrorism. But yeah, so that's pretty poison. Solid episode.
It's decent. It's a decent episode it's very formulaic, and it's almost you're just like, well, there's not a ton of plot holes in it other than just like
It's very straightforward.
it's pretty. Yeah, it's almost, in a way that makes it boring for us.
Somewhat. We got Bullock's donut bit that we forgot to mention.
Oh yeah.
He keeps coming back for the donut. Bullock is a very cartoonish in this episode.
I mean, yeah, in that end, almost every episode.
Well, I mean, sometimes I feel like usually he's just like, get a Batman, like trying to throw him in jail and shit. And this one, he's just a fat guy who wants to eat donuts.
Dude, fat guys who want to eat donuts also can want to get the Batman.
That's true.
I want a donut right now.
Do you also want to get the Batman?
Yeah, I want to get the Batman episode.
All right. Next episode.
The Underdwellers.
The Underdwellers.
This is, in my opinion, one of the worst episodes ever of Batman the Animated Series.
I mean, we'll make a note of that. I don't remember a lot of the show. It's been a while since I watched it. So
I have always viewed this episode as being like, oh, they're not all winners.
this is a very strange and bad episode.
I put as one of my significant things here, this episode sucks.
With a lot of U's.
And then right above it, I wrote, oh, it's Temple of Doom.
It is Temple of Doom.
This episode is Temple of Doom with Captain
Batman.
Hook as Mole Man?
Right. There's a lot. I wrote down the Temple of Doom thing too. This feels like not just Temple of Doom, but this feels like a lot of like 1980s adventure movies or like animated
There's a little
movies.
Goonies in here.
Yeah.
It opens with two awesome kids.
Right.
Two super cool kids.
Right.
Two amazingly rad kids train surfing.
Yes, surfing on a
playing
train.
Chicken.
One of them looks like teenage Ray Spannon.
They're both these badass blonde kids. One of them's dumb as shit because not only does he win the game of chicken, but he doesn't know how to get himself untangled from a very simple rope snag.
Right. And he's clearly standing, like he stepped into it.
Yeah.
I feel like
that train.
I don't know.
That those ropes are just on top.
I don't know, but I feel like maybe that kid brought those ropes. Maybe that super rad
That's how
kid.
they got up there.
That bitchin' teen.
Those kids are so awesome.
They're fucking sweet.
Those kids are rad.
Just standing on an elevated train.
Just
playing chicken.
Surfing. Those kids are so rad.
What does that have to do with the rest of the episode?
I think it's just like Batman likes kids.
Batman likes children. Don't know that we needed that.
And then it cuts to a kid stealing.
Right.
Which
little kid in a Robin Hood cloak.
Many adults immediately jump to the conclusion that it is a leprechaun.
A confusing amount. Batman comes back to the Batcave and tells Alfred, I saw a leprechaun. And Alfred's like, bullshit.
The cops are looking for a leprechaun.
Right. The police.
Have they never heard of children?
Right. That woman sees what is clearly a homeless kid in a green cape grab a person, run, and she tells the police, this is her mind tells her leprechaun. She tells the cops, I saw a leprechaun.
And they're like, all right.
Checks out.
They're like, are you sure? She's like, I know it's a leprechaun. I'm like, well, if the lady knows it's a leprechaun.
I mean,
it
who are we?
Possibly be a kid in a raincoat.
Right. Who are we to challenge this fine lady? Alert the rest of the PD.
Go tell those
we're looking
cops
for a leprechaun.
to recklessly speed down an alley looking for a leprechaun. Because that is what happens also.
Yes.
They are cruising down an alley.
Yeah. Almost crash right into Batman, full on.
And Batman is directly in front of, wait for it, a brick wall, which they also were about to smash into.
They just drove. So their immediate response to hearing the radio say, there's a leprechaun and you need to find it, is they drive 90 miles an hour
directly
straight
to
at
a brick wall. You know why? Because reality means nothing anymore.
Right.
There is no reality in here. You know why, though, really? It was a woman driver. That's
definitely, yeah, it was a woman driver. Yeah.
That was them trying to take a dig at dames behind the wheel.
Dizzy dames, that's the theme today.
The
guy gets out of the car and says, Batman and leprechauns, what a day, or whatever he says.
Yeah, you live in Gotham.
You live in Gotham. What...
The fact that you weren't killed by a robot clown is a huge deal for you.
Yeah, and also we have to address that maybe I think people have the people of Gotham have difficulty separating objects from within other objects because so many descriptions of Batman are it's a giant bat
Yeah.
with wings.
He's got a mouth, dude.
It's like that's a guy in
That's
a
white-
costume.
it's a white guy.
Yeah.
You can see he's a white guy.
That's a cape. Like he's got arms and it's a human man
He's got
in a costume.
He has a belt.
He's got boots.
Have you seen a lot of bats wearing belts?
Yeah. Also, I don't know. It's a big yellow symbol on its.
Yeah, that's man-made.
So I feel like the people of Gotham, if you put on a cape, they don't know what to do.
There's a lack of object permanence and reality.
Yeah.
They're like essentially babies.
They're goldfish. They're just. So they see that child and they're like, leprechaun.
So Batman grabs this kid
Yeah.
and first off, make that kid a Robin.
I remember seeing this when I was watching this episode again. I remember seeing this episode for the first time because, again, the order in which we're covering these, we're in production order. It's not when they aired. So Christmas the Joker hadn't aired yet, so we hadn't seen Robin yet. So I assumed this episode was going to introduce Robin. This was as a little kid.
The answer to that is nope.
Fucking no.
Nope. Alfred, he shows up and Batman is like, here's my butler, Bruce Wayne's butler. Get Alfred.
He puts the kid in Wayne Manor with Alfred.
Get him like an Eyes Wide Shut mask or something.
Right.
To do that. And I said, like, dude, get like a secret pool house on the manor for guests.
Right.
Surprise guests show up. Put them in the fucking pool house.
I'm sure
A+ accommodations.
Yeah.
And be like, don't come into the mansion. Or like,
I'm sure this isn't the only time Batman's had to hide a witness somewhere.
Right.
Like,
so Alfred basically shows up and he's like, I got to get this kid naked in a tub.
he wrestles with the kid to get him naked in a
kicking
tub.
and screaming.
Yeah. Chases him around
Nude
the
in the
room,
tub.
puts him in a chokehold. Alfred, we get a lot of Alfred, 3 men and a babying this kid.
And the kid's got bits.
Kid does have bits.
Alfred plays the straight
Keeps
man really
stealing
well.
his goddamn silverware.
Kid eats eggs like me.
He does.
It's just stuffs them in his mouth one hole at a time.
Surfs down the stairs on a platter.
Yep. I mean, it's all good stuff.
Yeah, this is
kid-
all very good.
This kid does not know how to handle anything.
No.
And it's funny.
I feel like Alfred's like, I don't know anything about children. It's like, you raised Batman.
Yeah.
You could, like, the worst job, like, you doing the worst job at parenting gave us Batman.
Yeah. Maybe you could make a fucking Robin,
Yeah.
dude.
You can't fail worse than that.
This the only part that's mildly enjoyable to me is that
Yeah.
scene, because the rest of this is garbage.
The rest of this is really
The show
crazy.
is just
The rest of this is like the Alvin and the Chipmunks movie from the 80s.
it's a good reference.
So when Batman catches this kid, who we learn is named Frog. Frog? You're not Frog. Batman, Master of the Night, the Dark Knight, like grown ninja, fucking living in the shadows, trips the tin can alarm immediately in that thing,
And then
and alerts the kid to his presence.
also rings the bell. He goes and rings the bell to let people know he's there.
He rings the bell to bring the child catcher out,
And hey,
and then just stands there in the middle of this necropolis that is apparently the sewers of Gotham.
it's like Ninja Turtles 2. Where
Yeah.
did this come from?
Yeah, what the hell is this?
And the guy's like, by the way, I own 30 alligators.
Right, we saw one, then surprise, he's got 2. Wait, he's got like a whole family.
Pit of them.
He can field a football team of alligators.
And he shows up with 2
Yeah.
in his hands. Batman's opening move, he suplexes an alligator.
I wrote that down. Batman suplexes an alligator.
Suplexes an alligator. We both have that?
Yeah.
Good.
He grabs it by the head and just fucking suplex it.
That's impressive. This dude, by the way, who is dressed like an off Broadway version of Captain Hook.
Right. He's I think the Sewer King is his actual name.
Sure.
I wrote down, is this guy a time traveler?
I think he just
What
sucks. I think
is
he? He has to be a failed actor, right?
He's wearing an eye patch, a ring, he's got a cane, he's wearing
Pirate clothes.
clothes.
Full on pirate clothes.
Living in the sewer. He
There's a very Captain Hook vibe minus the hook. The
Yeah.
alligator thing. It's all there.
He lost an eye. Maybe that's his hook.
You know, it looks like he was.
Maybe he
just
takes
like,
off his eye patch. He's got a little hook in
It's
there.
like Freddie Mercury's body double. He's
So-
a real dork too.
Yeah,
you can tell he's a real.
He's
fucking
a fucking nerd, and he's got this army of abandoned children to
Children
do his
and
bidding.
alligators as far as the eye can
Yeah,
see.
just a sea of children and alligators bringing him, cooking him food.
Which, if OSHA was watching this, this working environment is pretty harsh for these children.
He has them doing stuff like cultivating
They're
food.
self-sufficient.
Yeah,
Although turkeys,
I don't know where they got that turkey from, unless they stole it.
I mean, they had to steal it. But also, he's like, is he pawning?
I assume
Silverware?
he's like a Fagin type character.
Okay.
So he's having them all bring them the shit so then he can like go pawn it somewhere. Hopefully he changes his outfit before he goes. And you can't go into a pawn shop dressed like an actual pirate.
Hey, a pirate that smells like shit keeps coming in here to sell me very expensive things.
Yeah,
He smells awful.
right. You would smell him from blocks away.
I can tell he lives in the sewer. That's not a smell you get in a house.
I smell 8 different kinds of shit on him.
Yeah.
8.
One time, I shit you not, he brought an alligator.
He tied it up outside like a dog.
Yeah,
it
it was
ate
weird.
a dog. Just waiting out there.
What are those things eating?
I don't, not
Seems
him.
like he was quick to feed him a kid.
Yeah, they're not
Seems
eating
like
him.
That's happened in the past.
They are so well trained that Batman drops him into shit water full of alligators, and the alligators dive down there, and he's like, a gruesome death for a gruesome man. And they just bring him back out. They just were like rescue divers. Like, ha ha, Batman, I told you they were my babies. I'm like, how'd you train them all?
He went to the Oswald Cobblepot
Animal training.
School of Abandoned Zoo Animal Training.
School of Animal Husbandry. Where did he get all the spike collars for every alligator? That's a lot.
Pawn shops, I'm guessing.
Probably
I'm going to take $30 in credit and the rest in cash.
the rest in alligator,
also,
spiked alligator collar.
Frog shows back up
Yeah.
to like save Batman, and Batman's like thumbs up. And also, there should be a side
Thanks,
thing of like,
Frog.
did you kill Alfred? Did you get down here?
Yeah.
What did you do to Alfred?
How
He's
did you
usually
escape?
on the ball.
No, he brings him there.
Oh, okay. that's
Yeah,
right.
Batman has.
Batman doesn't know that. He just knows Frog showed up. He doesn't know Alfred's around.
No. I mean, Batman brings Frog.
Oh, he does. Okay,
Yeah, Batman's
maybe I
like,
missed
I need your help. Like, he has him show him where the
that's right.
hideout
I missed that. I zoned out because
It's easy to
again,
do. This is
a
an
bad
insane episode. Yes. Because he shows up, like, this is another point that I have written down, is Frog leads him to the child camp, and he sees all the kids, and the first thing Batman says when he sees all these children,
I believe I have it there too.
yeah, the first thing he says
In
is,
quotes.
evidence. And he pulls out this Kodak Instamatic and starts snapping pics
Yep.
of all these kids.
I mean, but that's good on him because he's going to try to take this dude to prison.
Oh, yeah.
Take this guy to the cops and be like, here you go.
Here's evidence.
Here's some pictures of some children
Yeah.
that I have no proof that he did.
Right. Not connected with it. He's not in any of these photographs.
Also, he gets the guy and he goes, why? You know why.
Yeah, you know what?
It's for stealing.
Yeah, I didn't want to work anymore.
Yeah. They bring me silverware and turkey.
Turns out homeless kids are real suggestible.
Yeah, they will do anything you say.
Yeah.
It's tempting to want to create like a...
A child army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you see this, you're like, how long would this
It's
take?
efficient. Yeah. He's really got himself really set. You have to live in a sewer.
You got to get real estate.
That sucks.
Yeah. That's the thing. You need seed money to make a
You gotta
child army.
see-
of
yeah.
thieves.
It's like a startup. I need some startup cash
You
for
need
my
to do
child
a
army.
Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Be like,
Let's,
this is what I need for alligators.
This is my alligator budget. This is my spike collar
My
budget.
spike collar budget.
This is my bell budget.
I need these bells. We're going brass on this bell.
Got to be loud. Got to be able to hear 'em
I need-
wherever you are in these
In the
catacombs.
sewers. Which, by the way, some guy working the lines has got to hear
Because he
that.
just walks, child catcher just walks through a regular service door into the subway. Somebody's using those junctions.
That's not
Like some blue-collar dude walked in there and saw us. What the hell is all these kids?
Your alligator chow, pal.
Yeah, right, that's true. Yeah.
There it is.
How many dudes is fucking Con Ed? How many dudes has Con Ed lost in the
Hey,
sewer?
real quick, we've lost a lot of men in this.
People keep vanishing right here, not here or down here on the line, but right
literally
here.
right here by this door.
By this door, the door that leads into the 4-story cylinder in the middle of the Gotham sewers.
You remember?
Yeah, this gigantic cistern with just a labyrinth of tunnels attached to it.
Now, we've seen Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah,
We know shit goes down.
we're not totally ignorant.
When Batman finally bests this terrible actor /
Right, this guy with
child slaver,
no powers, just a lot of alligators.
he says something along the lines of like, I'm going to bring you to justice,
Yeah.
but I'm tempted to do the job myself. I'm like, bro, you do that all the time.
Yeah, you do it all the time.
You are that's what your job is. You do the justice.
You remember last time when you killed a man in a helicopter crash?
Yeah.
That was an episode ago.
That was justice that you meted out.
Right.
I hate this episode.
It's a bad episode.
It is bad. Season 1 has its fair share of not great episodes because it's still finding its legs a little bit, and this is a dark spot.
Yeah, this is the evil circus comes to town episode.
You suffer through this episode.
Yeah, there's some entertaining spots in it just because of how batshit insane it is.
The kid stealing all the
silverware.
klepto bit is good.
Yeah.
But all in all, it's a villain that sucks.
Weird pontification from Batman.
It's a weird plot that's been both rehashed out of several 80s movies, but also uniquely bad and boring.
Right, it was never a good plot.
No, it's not.
It's like they're kidnapping all our children.
It's like sure.
Okay, why?
Why? What's the motivation? Stealing? Sure.
Sure, man.
You want to waste all of the kids being kidnapped on this fucking guy?
Yeah.
Fine.
Sure, man. At least go hardcore like Penguin and have him be taken to the sewer to drown their asses.
Yeah, like do something with it. You're not stealing forks, you dick.
And go topside and steal more purses for the sewer king. Doesn't even wear a crown, man.
Nope, he just wears does he wear like a Captain Crunch hat or something like that?
No, he's hatless.
Is he hatless?
He's hatless.
What a dork.
He looks like he looks like a theater teacher, like a theater professor.
It's so bad.
He has a terrible page boy haircut.
The aesthetic that they decided for this guy sucks so harsh.
It's the most generic child catcher. Like he just looks like a alternate design for child catcher.
Yep. He sucks.
Yeah, he's garbage. I hoped that he had died when he fell into the alligators. So I was like, well, at least we got like a Johnny Quest ending for that villain. Nope. They fish him out.
Yep. And then he goes to jail.
Just let that son of a bitch die. Not because I hate him for the terrible things he's done to the children, which is really heavy-handed in this episode.
Yeah.
Or Batman's just really, we're like, okay, man, we get it. Like, Batman's down with kids. We got it. But like,
he's keeping these kids quiet.
Yeah.
Like, thank you.
I just don't want to ever see this character again. That's why I want him dead.
Yeah, that's it.
Never again, Sewer King.
Know what? Give the Sewer King a 3-issue arc.
Yeah.
In like a Scott Snyder written Batman series and see what he can do with him. Because other than that, this is a useless garbage character.
Right. Yeah, and then have him die in some gas explosion.
Yeah, have
in
him
the
do
sewer.
really fucked up things.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's been feeding the kids to the crocodiles, to the alligators. If they talk, they're fed to an alligator.
Mm-hmm. He smashes their fingers one by one if they talk.
Yeah.
And when you run out of fingers, when you have too many smashed fingers so you can't work anymore, fed to the crocodile.
Yeah.
Right there. I did that right there.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. Sewer King.
Sewer King. Bring him back.
It's like Rat King, but less fun.
Yeah. Not dressed like a mummy and commanding rats.
Instead, he's dressed just like
It's dressed like an asshole.
The Party City version of Captain Hook.
Like with the off-brand name, so it's like the package says Captain Claw.
Yeah, or it's like Patch Pirate.
Patch Pirate. Hook Hand Pirate. Yeah, so fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have a hook or a peg
No,
leg.
he's got the patch.
got the patch. It's
Oh, no, although he actually just has like a pair of glasses.
He's wearing a pair of glasses with one of the eyes patched out.
Which, hey,
Could be a lie.
Kingsman 2.
Sure, man. So yeah, that's the Underdwellers.
Sorry you had to sit through this episode.
No, I'm not. I'm not at all.
The Batman and Robin theory.
Yeah.
If I had to go through this.
If I had to watch it, you had to watch it. No, I feel, I don't know. It's all about experiencing it all, taking it all in, you know. So you recognize the animated series for being a really good show, but it's not all great.
You take the good, you take the bad, the facts of life.
Mm-hmm. The facts of Batman.
The bats of life.
The bats of life.
Oh, man.
Facts don't care about your Batman.
He suplexes an alley.
He does. That's a highlight. He straight away, he picks up that bell and cranks one of the alligators in the face with it. Then he grabs the other one and suplexes him.
Snaps the jaw of one of them.
Yeah, but which is then it's fine though. Like it immediately starts pursuing him again.
I'm surprised he doesn't do that thing where he like
the King Kong thing.
Wrestles it and then he puts its
his
chin over its chin.
Yeah.
And then puts his two arms out like he's working at some like off the highway Everglades
crocodile farm.
Croc town.
Yeah. Yeah, he should like at any point he's like, "Hey kids, watch this." He like sticks his head in its mouth or something.
It's the only way that could have been a cool episode.
Yeah.
Batman just started doing shitty Everglades tricks,
shitty
parlor tricks,
highway side bits.
throwing them chickens and shit.
Buy a t-shirt on your way out. Your t-shirt money feeds the alligators. Yeah. So that's an episode.
Yeah, sure is.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening.
We're Tom and Jeff.
We are.
We watched Batman.
We did watch Batman, and you watched it with us.
Thank you.
Together, we watched Batman.
Tune in next week while we watch 2 more episodes.
Gonna watch some more Batman.
Gotta watch some more Batman here on Tom and Jeff Watch Batman.
Frog, the rolls, if you please. You're not Frog.
Our artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at Justin T. Brown and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info.